Commissioners Court will come to order. Determine there's a quorum present. Mr. Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Flores, and myself, we have a quorum. Commissioner Wardlaw, if you do us the honors of leading us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Moving the minutes, you did have some move. Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? 5-0 vote. We have two individuals that would like to speak on item 23. Do y'all want to speak now, or y'all just want to wait when we get to item 23? Well, if y'all want to wait, that way we can have a conversation if needed. That work? Ms. Castillo, you too?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Citizens' comments, they're going to wait. Item 6, approving monthly reports.
Move.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Approving bills for payment.
Move.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Item 8, discussion and possible action to approve the auditor's report.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. Yes, sir. We good?
We are fine, unless there's anything else.
Second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 9, discussion and possible action on the following budget adjustments. A, $953 from 83rd District Court Office Supplies to 83rd District Capital Outlay.
Move. Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item B, 83rd District Court. District, $1,063.21 from appropriate funds into Department Capital Outlay to purchase the chiller. Have a motion.
Where are we getting it from?
Where are we getting it from? Or the funds?
Yeah,
Oh,
is that
okay.
appropriate funds?
Yes. I'm sorry about that. The notes are
Motion
here.
to approve and get the money from contingency.
And they have money in this budget?
We can do that. We're halfway through the year. There is approximately $30,000 in the jury funds, and we still do, in these bills are non-statutory jury funds. So the statutory jury funds, I believe, we're still around 11,000.
I'll change my motion and, we get the money from jury funds.
Okay.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second. You had second that, Commissioner Vasquez? You second that one? You had, right? The first
Yes,
second? Okay.
yes.
Come out of jury fund. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 10, discussion of possible action to approve treasury reports. This one we do have today.
Move.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 11, discussion possible action regarding depository contracts that are set to expire at the end of June.
Motion to go out for, what is it, request for qualifications or request for?
Where's he at?
Where is?
Yeah, he's not there. Okay.
Motion to table.
Motion to table? Okay. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton to table, seconded by Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 12, discussion of matters related to COVID. I looked at my computer this morning to make sure that I had your numbers, Commissioner Flores. There were 65 active cases.
Wow.
Nobody here as of yesterday's hospitalized, but we have 17 individuals that are out of town.
Thank you for the information.
How many people are we still paying for this COVID deal? Trackers?
We've got two trackers. We've got two trackers and Dr. Pala.
And Dr. JJ?
Dr. JJ is through the city.
Do we need?
And then we'll revisit this during budget time. And that'll be something that we can come up with, during budget. Unless you want to revisit it before. The clinics, the other deal is the National Guard, which helps us with the clinics. They've been doing clinics, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they're set up to do the rest of May, but they will begin to demobilize just for the clinic, at the end of May. And they had been doing, homebound also.
Okay.
So we do need people to go with
And
them.
where are we paying this out of now? These salaries?
They were budgeted.
In the budget, or are we paying them out of?
They were budgeted, and then we can take the money from ARPA, if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Right. So we can look at reimbursing the general fund?
And we'd set some money aside.
We set some money aside, but
We'd set a couple $100,000.
due to the final rules, the majority of all that money can be applied to government services, so there technically wouldn't be any reimbursement. It would just be a filing of forms on how it was expensed.
Okay.
You want to bring that back in a couple of weeks or something like that?
Well, no, I mean, I'm just kind of curious where the money's at and how we're doing this. I'm wondering if we need to keep them higher.
You should never have a question where the money's at. Those should be in your reports.
Well, I understand, but
Okay.
what I'm saying is we need to be taking it out of the HARPA money instead of the money we budgeted in the general fund and reimbursing the general fund. But we'll have that discussion as we move along.
Okay.
Item 13, discussion on immigrants, from 4/11 to May 5th. Over 500 individuals have been bused. From 4/11 to May 9th, 3,862 were released, to the NGOs. And it's real hard to come up with a percentage because I got numbers from April 11th to May 5th as to who was buzzed. But the other one sent me numbers from, April 11th to May 9th of who was released. So I can't really come up with a percentage. I will tell you that they hit a high number on, May 9th of 112 people, that were bused, to 93 out of, here. And then they had 19 from Eagle Pass come here. So they had 112 total that had left here on May 9th is when I was sent. We're still waiting to check and see what happens with Title 42. I think the judge that heard it, whoever presented him with a case, presented it too soon. So his date to, not to do anything or to hold off, it's within the time of May 23rd. So it didn't do anybody any good. That's all I got on that one. Do y'all have any questions on that one?
There's quite a few, immigrants coming through this area, especially down there by the Star Ranch. Seems like it's their main corridor. Every time I go down there, there's 40, 50, early in the day, that, National Guards got there, waiting for them to be picked up by Border Patrol. I don't know that any other areas are getting, that kind of traffic from immigrants. And Vega Verde, I haven't seen that kind of traffic, but down there by the Faith Mission, yes, quite a bit heavy.
And they were looking, I think we talked about, the fence, in that area.
They're building it, they're working on it, yeah.
Yeah. And all that's gonna do is funnel them back
Yeah.
there to that anyway. Any other discussion? Item 14, discussion possible action on issuing a gas card, credit card for Tommy Jeter. He's the
Motion. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 15, discussion possible action.
Motion table.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 16, discussion possible action on requesting permission to sell fireworks starting May 25th through May 30th for Memorial Day weekend. Palazzo Fireworks and Pyrotechnics offers a safe shot site to discharge any fireworks purchased at our retail store. The laws have changed. Usually the July 4th and New Year's is what they could sell and pop fireworks. These individuals, now the law's changed to where there's other days that were added, Cinco de Mayo, Memorial Day, and there was like one more, but it has to get approval from the court. As long as there's nothing to restrict them other than the court saying no.
So, Judge, does us being in the burn ban have any
We still have the sticks and fins or whatever order that was in place, if I'm not
I would
mistaken.
imagine that limits what they can sell, so that probably limits obviously what they can pop in the safe zone.
Yeah.
Where is this?
What area could be considered safe for them to do that kind of?
No, the
Whatever
county,
area they have, but I don't know where they're.
they would be able to pop fireworks anywhere in the county. We're not, they're just saying that they're offering a space for them to pop at, also, but let's be clear, the order would state that they could pop fireworks anywhere in the county. So even if they're offering a space for them to park, or pop fireworks, it really don't matter.
No, I'm just talking about.
But we can ban, we still have the authority to ban aerials.
That's what the sticks and fins is what they use.
And we have a certain time frame we have to do that before they sell, or it used to be that way in the statute.
You can do it
now.
now. You can do it now.
Yeah, here we go.
Hello, hi.
This is our first year. We're, kind of new to this new law. If there's anything we can do as far as changes, like you said, sticks and fins, ban aerials that have bottle rockets, missiles, stuff like that, just keep stuff on the ground, or like, the stuff that doesn't come back down with fire, that's something we could do as well for our
Where's this
vehicles.
location that y'all want to do?
Oh, we're across the highway on Highway 90 east of Loeffler and Fort Space at the paintball park. We have a paintball park and a fireworks store now. Yes, sir. And we have a shoot site there on our private property as well. But of course, like he said, you could buy them there and take them home, anywhere in the county. But if it
You're in that green building?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's us.
Yeah, I would have an issue with aerial fireworks at that location. I'd have an issue with aerial fireworks, period. I think we need to ban aerial. I don't care too much about the on the ground stuff. It's up to the court.
Somebody gonna make a motion to that?
I'll make a motion to ban aerial fireworks.
And let them pop everything else?
Yes, everything else is.
Okay. So, as far as sticks and fins, or is it just anything that goes up in the air?
Anything aerial,
Okay. Yes, sir.
right?
So they can pop firecrackers,
Well, what do you think?
I don't think it should be anything aerial.
they can do this anywhere in the county, and they can.
Well, we can't stop them. I mean, they're still gonna pop them even if we ban it, unless the sheriff's gonna send 9,000 deputies out to catch them all. So, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I mean, they're gonna do it anyway.
Yes, sir.
So what is the liability when somebody starts a fire?
Well, just like they do on July 4th and New Year's. They start a fire, we go out and put it out.
No,
Yes, sir.
but their liability,
None. Yes,
no
sir.
liability.
No, sir.
Just like-
Just because anybody can take them anywhere.
Well, if we ban them and they use them and they're caught, then there's a liability.
Oh, yes, sir.
But he's talking about any firework.
They shouldn't be sold
Yeah.
at all. The aerials, according to the order, the aerials are banned, but they should not be sold.
So the motion is to
Well-
allow them to sell as long as there's no aerials.
I want to rescind my motion. I think we need to look into this a little bit deeper as to what would be safe and what wouldn't be safe. I mean, and what type to ban and
Who's gonna look into that?
would the fire chief or somebody like that, I mean,
My question,
He's gonna put it on.
my question in the statute is there used to be a provision in there that you had to do it so many days before the date they were sold. And if you didn't do it within that time frame,
We don't have the timeline.
Right now, bring it back. So
Yeah, because it was,
Either now or never.
yeah, it was before
Well,
30
well,
days. 30 days, it was before that.
Yeah.
But if we decide to go ahead and move forward with it and ban it now, then they'd have to fight us on it, but at least it'd give them the opportunity to
Sell
sell.
something.
so you gonna take your motion out?
I want to rescind my motion. I don't want my grandkids mad at me.
Good call. I think we should have the.
I'll take my second away and I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to ban all aerial fireworks, in the county.
Okay.
So they cannot be restricted as to where to pop at their location, and that,
Well, no, you wouldn't be able to do aerial anywhere in the county.
no, regular firecracker.
Regular firecrackers you can do, but not aerial.
We can,
We don't have the authority to ban regular. We can only ban aerial.
where they can be restricted only in one position, one place, right?
Can't do it.
I don't think you have the authority to do it, to
Can't do it.
restrict locations.
I know Commissioner Vasquez precinct is a time bomb. When they go up there and pop firecrackers, it's gonna be fire like,
I don't think we have the authority to ban everything. And I don't think we have the authority to say you can only do it here, there, or yonder. I don't know that, but I don't.
But we have a motion, by Commissioner Nettleton. I have a second. Is there any other discussion?
Who's second?
Commissioner Vasquez.
and the motion is,
To ban all aerial fireworks in Valverde County.
Have a motion.
so what does that do with the rest of the fireworks?
Then they can pop them. I mean, we don't have the authority to ban them, so it doesn't matter.
So what happened with that, 4th of July fireworks show?
Well, that's a city deal. That's,
Well, I mean, cities inside the county.
We can't, yeah, that's up to the city. That's not up to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your name is a sale of aerial
Yes.
fireworks.
in Valverde County.
Yes. Okay. I have a motion. I have a second. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. I have a second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye. Anybody against?
So, David, if I'm against the fireworks, period,
You
how
vote
do I vote
against
on
this.
this?
You vote against this one.
All right, thank you.
Okay. 4-1 vote. Are you voting against it?
I'm against it.
4-1 vote. Commissioner Wardlaw voted against it, but it passed.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
17, discussion possible action approving a proclamation proclaiming May 22nd, or May 2020 as Community Action Month in recognition of the hard work and dedication of Valverde County Community Action Agencies. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? 5-0 vote. Item 18, ratify executed amendment number 2, Texas CDBG contract number 7219085, Rise Estates, San Felipe Pastures, Vega Verde Road, Waterline Project extending contract end date till January 30th, 2023.
Second.
Which one did you want to speak on, project? I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in, well, wait a minute, he wants to talk, please.
Thank you, Judge. In relation to this item, the state agency, Texas Department of Agriculture, has already fully executed the agreement, the amendment. It has extended the county's end date till January 30th, 2023. They agreed to that if the county had procured the materials by the end of April, which they did. We have the fully executed contracts here this morning. So my question to the court here is, the vendor, Core & Main, is ready to begin to send shipments of the materials to Valverde County. They're not able to ship all those materials at one time due to the availability of the materials. And so if the commissioners so desire to have the materials shipped in parcel shipments, they can initiate that if that's the pleasure
Where are
of
we
the
sending
commissioners
it?
court.
Where are we storing it? Where are we storing it?
They could be stored at each of the precinct's designated site.
What we had done in
We
the
got
past,
three
Commissioner,
different-
when it came in, it came in and then everybody go pick up their stuff. This time it was split up into 3 different contracts. That way, when it comes in, Melissa can go look at each one of the sites to make sure that that site got their stuff. And we don't have a problem that we're missing pipes, sir?
You know, we're not gonna come up missing stuff.
No.
Have we got agreements with the city yet?
Not yet,
No.
So we still don't have agreements with the city.
they're still pending. We've asked to be on the agenda at Public Utility Commissions, but we're still waiting for them to invite us.
And we went back 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, we met with the city for them to bring it back.
It's separate the,
Well, all 3 of them are separated. They're separated, on paper, and they will be separated on the agendas also. One of the things that, the one in, there was already a concern on Rise Estates, San Felipe Pastures and Vega Verde Road. At that meeting, there was no concerns on those. There was a concern on the Rise Estates. And one of them was, where it's at. The other one was the pressure, that we had not done a, study on, and you correct me anytime that I'm wrong, right? The pressure on, the water line, so we will have to do, a hydraulic study, for that. They were concerned that it goes up the hill and then when it comes back down the hill, whatever. But that the lack of pressure. But they were presenting it to Utilities Commission, and she said she would present it to utilities and the council. But no, we do not have a approval for either one of the three. There was a concern for Rise, and then the other deal is the emails that we're going back and forth, as far as partial shipments. We probably need to go ahead and get whatever we can get, whenever they can send it to us, and not have them hold up and try to bundle it all together, because I know as their pipe comes in, it's already sold. Right. So if we don't get whatever they have that's ours at that time, we'll be here this time next year waiting to get it all together at one time. So I think that was your concern was, was the court okay by getting partial shipments? The partial shipments going to the precinct that pipe is intended to go for, or whatever's there, and then have Melissa check off to make sure that whatever they're getting is all.
My concern is this, is we have all this pipe sitting here in the city saying, hell with you, we're not gonna give you an extension, and then what are we gonna do?
I guess we're in a catch-22, because if we don't move forward with this, it's one of the deals that if we move forward, we get the pipe, the city doesn't allow us to do it, then we're gonna have to pay the other part of whatever was remaining out of the 400-some-odd-thousand that we already set aside for the pipe. But if we don't order the pipe and they give us approval, then by the time we can get the pipe back, it really did not do any good at all. So we're sort of chasing our tails a little bit, or not a little bit, a lot. So, sort of damned if you do either way, but I think if we've already committed $400-some-odd-thousand, Core and Main, we've already signed everything, and if nothing else, we'd have something, and maybe no place to bury it, I guess is what you're worried about.
That's my concern, is the city says we're not gonna allow you to extend it, and we're sitting there $1 million worth of pipe. What are we gonna do?
And they do have a concern, like I say, and it isn't the utility commission. I'm not trying to throw Janice or anybody under the bus, but she already did have a concern on Rise Estate. The other two, it's up to utilities commission, but I don't think that they had a great.
Would we be able to get our money back with the pipe if it didn't get done? Huh?
Core and Main will not take it back, but if we had to sell it.
County has
Sell it to the city.
a contract.
The way the pipe's going, I talked to a guy yesterday that he had got quotes on 12-inch water main or water pipe. When they got a quote 7 months ago, it was $21 or $18 a foot. And today, it's supposed to be coming in the next 2 weeks, and it's $36 a foot.
Judge, in the past, we've done several water extensions, and we've ordered the material, and we've worked the process through the city to get a final approval on everything, and everything's gone well. I don't know why it should go the other way this time.
So Carl, if for some reason it was rejected, that Rise Estate was rejected, could it be moved to another development out there?
We would have to get permission from the state to do that.
But the chances of getting that accomplished?
That could be a request that cross that bridge when we get to it, if we had to.
Commissioner Nettleton, had a motion by you.
Yeah.
You still keeping it?
Motion's in place. We're stuck in catch-22 here.
Okay.
So what is your motion?
Motion is to approve and move forward.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 19, granting authority for county judge and county auditor to sign draw 9, Form A-203, requesting reimbursement of $12,265.60 for engineering services for Texas UVG 7219085.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 20, approving quarterly report to Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, January 2022 for Valverde County Target Range Facility.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. And on this one here, we were able to get the environmental, and I think that was sent to you. I think it was like 300 some odd pages, right?
Yeah, I got a copy.
For that area?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know.
We're working through that.
Yeah.
Probably still would have to do some additional environmental, in addition to that phase one.
But at least this environmental that we have, I mean, it already outlined a couple of spots where there was not issues, but
Yeah.
concerns
Yeah. Our deal for the target range will just be on that.
in that area. But, I guess my thing is when you look at the overall, study, it encompassed all 2,700 acres. So
Right.
in that area, there was nothing there according to the first study.
Yeah.
So, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 21, approving requesting title policy for waterline easement, Texas CDBG contract number 7219085, and all actions necessary thereon too. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, Judge. What easement are we talking about? I mean,
This would be the easement there on Tierra Blanca.
Yeah.
Mhm.
TJ Moore.
TJ
You
Moore.
need to designate a place to close.
also recommend Salzo's abstract for that title policy.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Nettle. Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 22, granting authority for county judge and county auditor to sign draw number 1, Form A-203 revised, requesting reimbursement of $21,684 for engineering, architectural services for Texas CDBG 72204779 Alcoa Field project.
Move.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Okay. Item 23, discussion and possible action of assigning county engineer Carlos Bernal to oversee all construction and improvement projects at the county fairgrounds. Commissioner, before you get started, we have two people that wanted to talk, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Does that work? You all want to come up? Whichever one wants to come up first.
Hi, good morning, Judge and Commissioners. I was just here just to kind of see what the construction and improvements of the fairgrounds you mean. Is it of the list that was sent to y'all, or is it of the plans that were proposed to you in the past? That was just my questions to that, of the improvements of construction of the fairgrounds.
One more, sorry.
Anyway, y'all got these 2 years ago, and I didn't know if you still had a copy of it or not.
I know, we could have had a lot of attention.
I only had three
Two
prints.
for the back.
And, I did turn the corner on a few pages, it's kind of gets to the, I guess you'd say, where it was left off in November 2019.
And one of the things, that you put it on the agenda for me, we'll speak here in just a minute, I think, was we have a bunch of insurance money left over, like $1.1 million. I think that's what we're trying to get clear, but floor is yours, sir.
No, I just want to give y'all a fresh copy of that to look at. I mean, that's kind of where the committee had left it, where we were at when COVID started. And then everything, of course, we had 2 years of COVID, nothing happened. And then we had, we had two drawings at one time, and I've been looking at both of them since I received the other one. Had them in my conference room anyway. That plan is not perfect, but it's got some good starting points, which, in my opinion, the first puzzle piece of the fairgrounds, in the committee's opinion, is take care of the horses and get that part of the piece equation done. And then that allows you, it cleans up a lot of area that you can start doing other projects on. And I think, I've got some corners turned on pages. I think the second tab that I did was from the horse barn. First one just kind of shows you what's going to stay, what's going to be demolished.
And the first tab that he turned up, where it has the site analyst, reuse demolition.
Yes, it just kind of gives you an overview what's going to stay.
This plan and the other plan, if you'll look, this plan has the blue of the court of the track getting demolished, and in the plan, the other plan, we'd actually added more to the track.
So we're taking out part of the truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just leaving enough for the quarter mile, the straightaway,
And I
and
think,
then they have that back turn to pull up and breeze their horses out on.
Do y'all have anything in here for a youth facility, for youth only, arena?
Yes, well, for youth only, there's still the 4-H arena. So,
Besides that group, there's other groups at the fairgrounds that use it for youth.
Right, well, there's an arena back where the horse barns are on this plan. It moves the
One
arena.
arena?
One. It moves the current arena that's in the middle of the track, that practice arena. That'll be demolished, but then there's another arena that we built. When you go past the grandstands, there's the first four corners in the middle will be torn down, and that area will be an arena. And so you'll have that arena, and you still have the main arena for the bull riding and whatever other.
I would like to see us take the bottom half down there, tear down two of those stalls, leave two of them, and put some arenas down there, gate that off, and it's strictly for youth only. Now, these kids still house their horses and practice for youth,
That's y'all's call there.
because I think they need to be separated from these other people that are doing it. They need to have their own arenas, they need to have their own.
That'd be kind of hard to separate the kids from the adults with the stalls out there. You're not gonna.
Well, I know there is, because we practice in the big arena, usually mostly every day. And then there's the ropers that practice during the same time in their arena.
Okay.
So I guess that would be the issue, that if we are practicing in the arena, where are they gonna practice roping?
What I'm talking about is down here in the bottom, this area.
Yes.
So if you
Just
go.
fence that off, take the middle stall down, leave the one on the outside and the little one, and put arenas in there for y'all to practice for youth only, and then fence that off where it's accessible by youth only. It is a youth facility. You see what I'm
Isn't that
talking
where they're
about?
gonna quarantine the horses? Area?
Maybe. He's talking back over here,
Yes.
the quarantine pit over there.
Right
Talking
here,
about
right?
this.
Okay.
Tear this one down, tear this one down, leave this stall and this stall,
That's-
and then put arenas in here for the youth
Okay.
to function,
That's,
just for youth.
okay, that's
That
kind of,
way, they're not mixed in with the people over here that are doing business or whatever they're doing. This is strictly a youth facility for y'all to practice all of your different events.
that's already, okay, all that right there you're talking, that's already gonna be demolished. Every bit of that, including the old pavilion. And in that part, the way that it sits now, which is totally up to what, direction y'all go and give advice to us, is what you wanna do. We had that area down there where the stalls are being demolished, was gonna be kind of y'all's yard, so all the stuff that's laying out.
That one's already been moved out towards 15th Street.
Okay, that's even better. If you go to,
And what are we doing about the fence along 15th Street?
The material is there on site, we're ready to start right now. That's
What kind of fence?
it's the Elwood wire, which is horse wire. For anything else is danger to horse. Tin is dangerous to horses. Any other kind of net wire is dangerous to horses. Elwood wire is recommended in use.
We already bought it?
It's on, yes, it's there.
We had the conversation, last year about the fence, whether it's tin or whether it be metal. The court was gonna bring it back. The item that I actually had on the agenda where I came unglued was to talk about the fence because the court, not one person had not made a decision yet. I think that fence needs to be a decision of the court, just like we had talked about all of last year. We had not come up, the court had not come up with a decision. I think it still needs to be, now that you say the fence has been bought, where the fence was bought at and the procurement process for that fence, which we will have that conversation with our auditor and our purchasing agent after this is over. A couple of things on here. The plan, the first one that you went to, Mr. Murdock, the second plan, not this one, but the second plan, we'd actually added more track than what was there because Commissioner Wardlaw had said to add a little bit more. So we added like where you cross into the track. One of the things that we'd added in that other one was another arena, like where the pavilion was, it was on the other plan. You would keep the big arena, you'd redo the other arena that's in the track also. And then we were gonna build another arena where that metal barn is at, as soon as you pass the
Right.
pavilion.
Yes.
We would build another arena there. And then down at the bottom where Commissioner Nettleton would like to build for youth, that was gonna be the softball fields. That was the other plan.
If you go to, your last tab, it'll got, next to the last tab, I've got folded over. And you
Next
can
to
see
last
that area
tab?
that we're talking about. This one here. The next to last tab. This is that area you're talking about. This one is currently in the bar behind the bandstands. So that one's gonna stay like a yard, maintenance shed.
Yeah, now that one's,
Number 5 was the quarantine area. So, I mean, that area there, I mean, that can be utilized for more arenas, I mean, it's all on paper right now, we need a lot of things.
Places for these kids to practice.
Yes, sir.
Roping, y'all do several different ones, and I don't remember which one they are. I would like to see the youth separated from whatever the adults are doing over here on the other side, where they have their own area. It's gated off, they have a key code to get in, and they go do what they got.
So my only ask today was, if y'all take a look at this, what you don't like, make a list, send it back to the committee, I'll get the committee together, and we'll start addressing it.
and I think that was a conversation we had yesterday, if we could come up with a plan before we start spending the rest of the $1.1 million.
Exactly, what's the, you know, it's gotta
Yeah, which
be,
way we're running.
it's gotta be a lot of thought process put into this. You
Yeah.
can't have, you know, knee-jerk reactions are gonna skin the cat on this one, we've gotta do it right, do it one time.
And I think with removing some of the ones, whether, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out, if we remove some of the ones and build some youth, softball fields, or whether we build youth arenas down on the bottom, if those buildings are no longer there, we had insurance money for those buildings, so that money can be used up on top where the 5, older buildings are at, because we've already bought the 10 for that.
Okay.
But there's still stuff that asbestos has to be removed, improvements need to be made. So if the plan is, if we can get past something and say, well, either youth arenas, we want to keep throwing it out,
Yeah.
or the softball, then we know for sure that those bottom, pins are not gonna be there at all. If we can just say, okay, they're not gonna be there, then we can use that money to get started on the top. For the stalls in top, once where our family stalls rather than the 5 that are there, we do all those. But again, there has to be a plan before we take off.
Why aren't we taking the track out?
It's never utilized, I mean, other than people breezing horses on it, I mean, we left the straightaway, so we do have a horse trainer on committee. So we gotta flash them in, because there are associations that just they come in, they run match races, just, you know, the quarter mile. But they're not running the whole track, the full distance anymore. You got that whole infield area, it's just a dust bowl. Well, the whole front part of that place is a dust bowl. And that's why we ended the track when we did, because in his opinion, that's plenty of room to run a horse and then breeze him out and get him stopped and pulled up.
And no, we've added it just because, I mean, Commissioner Wardlaw made the comment, well, why can't we add it to the crossing, add a little bit more? No, it ain't hurting anything.
No.
It's all hill anyway, so. I will say though that, you know, I'm still in favor of a sports complex being out there.
I'm in favor of a sports complex, but I do not feel that that's the right property just because of your landlocked. I think a sports complex, you need a blank slate, a piece of land, where if you get to a corner and go, we need a little bit more space, you got it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this town and county does need a sports facility desperately. I just don't feel this property serves all the needs. There's no way to serve everybody, they need to keep everybody.
I will say, and to the point of order, whatever, we need to plan a place, and plan which buildings we're gonna demolish in order to be able to, if those buildings are insured, to be able to use that money somewhere else. The plan for the fairgrounds, we do need to come up with. I will tell y'all right now that I will not support, a fairplex or whatever before I go to build something for you.
I'm not arguing that with you.
And then the other deal
I mean,
is
that's just- that was the-
I won't, also when it costs me over $1,100, you have 65 people that rent horses, it costs me over $1,100 after what we collect for them to have a place to have a horse, but yet I spend less than $50 on a kid. I believe there's something wrong with that.
Well, you know, once y'all invest money back into the fairgrounds, I'm sorry, the rental and stall thing shouldn't stay the same. I mean, you can't have a chicken or the egg, but.
Are you available at our next commissioner so we can actually put an item so we can actually discuss?
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Let him get done first.
Anyway,
You want to?
Well, I mean, we're getting out of the bounds of the agenda item.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to have a fresh
I would
copy.
like to have a longer discussion about this, but we need to put something on the agenda to have a longer discussion, to kind of go through this whole plan and have a
Well, I
discussion.
agree with that. And, we just, the committee, if y'all give us some direction,
We
what
have a
you like,
meeting.
don't like, and we can go back and.
We have a meeting every 2 weeks, so in 2 weeks, if you could show up.
Was that on the 24th?
Or it doesn't have to be in 2 weeks, whatever. I don't care. Or the next one is.
Oh, unless y'all wanna have a meeting just for this, and that way we ain't got everybody sitting in the audience.
That would be nice.
I'm out of town on the 24th.
So let's just,
I'm out of town on the 24th.
well, let's do this. I'm gonna send an email out.
Okay.
I'll send out an email to you and email to the commissioners, asking what dates will be available, and then we'll set up another meeting, invite y'all. Will that work? Commissioners?
Yes, my suggestion would be that we conduct a meeting, the court, there at the fairgrounds to visualize everything that we're gonna demolish or, or rebuild or, because we're just looking at pictures here.
It's gonna be a little difficult to accomplish.
Well, I mean, just concerning the fairgrounds.
We did that with the committee. We met at the fairground several times when we started meeting with the library. But one of the first meetings we had, we actually physically walked the whole fairgrounds and looked at what was there and with the architects.
What we can do is probably visit here and then take off down there, do a walkthrough, and then come back.
Sure.
All right?
However y'all want to do it.
We'll send out an email.
That would be
We'll
great.
send out an email to y'all and
No, that's
try to
fine.
get dates put together.
I think we all have the same goal. It's just kind of how we skin the cat when we get there.
I think so.
Yeah. We gotta find that first piece of the puzzle to
That works.
Would y'all support a bond election for these improvements?
As me personally, yeah. That's just me as a county resident. I mean, the last sports complex, I voted for that election, but it got voted down. I mean, sorry, at some point in time, if you want to have nice things for your kids in the community, you gotta stick your hand in your pocket and get a dollar. So that's what, but you have to sell it to the community and get everybody to stick their hand in their pocket. I don't think that last, sports complex, they did a very good job of talking to people about really what it was gonna cost them versus what the community.
We're gonna take a motion. We've got homework to do, as far as setting up a meeting. We'll get that done, Mr. Murdock. Commissioner Vasquez?
I'm gonna make a motion to table, Judge, until further discussion.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote.
Appreciate your time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And real quick, Mr. Murdock, thank you so much for everything you do for us. I know that the Education Foundation, this is under judges' comments. They're fixing to have their deal. The court has allowed them to have it down at the fairgrounds, down at the 4-H barn. And my wife has said nothing but good things about you, sir. Thank you so much.
We're all connected to the hip of this community.
Well, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Item 24, discussion possible action over approval for Valverde County to enter into agreement with an AEP for services of installing 2 LED street lights at intersections Highway 90 and Pike Road, Highway 90 and Striper Road. Agreement is at an estimate of $1,471.87 to come out of precinct 2 operating budget grant of authority to the county judge to sign.
Motion,
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Real quick, I just talked to you a little bit. Okay. Right now, citizens' comments, Ms. Hargrove was gonna say some comments. I asked her to wait, but we had tabled the motion, or we had tabled the item, and I messed up and didn't give you an opportunity to speak. We won't be able to engage with you, but if you wanna come up and make some comments, ma'am, and again, I'm sorry, for that action.
Okay, Frank and I are requesting an easement out of the city behind the landfill. There is a water hydrant there. It would have to run into county property at SE Ranch. There's approximately 45 feet of an easement area between the gas line and the fence line. About 300 feet, I think, from where it would come into county property to the corner of our fence. I have spoken to Dustin Robertson in Uvalde. He is in charge of the gas line in that area. He said that it would be okay with him to run we're gonna run a poly pipe to water troughs. That's what we're requesting water for, to put on that piece of property. There is enough room there to run the water line that the city needs to run, as long as we can get approval from the county for the easement. Janice Pope Grant asked me to come and
Where are we at?
get this.
Where's the map?
Right here.
Here, I have a map. Here.
You have approval from the city to run the water?
No. No, can I go back to that item? That way we can talk. Go back to item 15, discussion possible action for water line and process. But we tabled it.
Yeah.
I messed up, Commissioner Middleton, because I thought you didn't get a chance to talk.
I will go back to item 15. I'll rescind my table for discussion purposes, but I still maintain.
We'll keep them, okay. Discussion possible action of water line across SC Ranch for Mr. and Mrs. Hargrove. I was gonna reread it again, and then I have a motion to rescind, by Commissioner Nettleton. Commissioner Flores, you gave the second.
No, Vasquez.
Well, I said Flores. Who gave the second?
Flores.
Oh.
All right, do you wanna rescind it, or are you gonna keep the motion to table? You don't.
I'm gonna rescind the motion to table with the right to retable with option at first motion after.
Well, second accepts?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody okay with that? All in favor? Okay. Spoke with Janice this morning. They're working on a contract, evidently, and again, stop me if I'm wrong, but they're working on a contract with water, to this subdivision. They will have to voluntarily annex if, they go to do any improvements other than livestock and what's already there. That contract is not in place as we speak right now.
But those are the plans to develop the area.
No.
I mean, that's what we, and that'd be a big encroachment to Laughlin, as the property goes almost all the way to Loop 79.
But there is no plan to develop the property.
But why don't y'all run your water line off, 277, vote right away?
Your
Las
water,
Palmas to your property.
Las Palmas.
And that way it keeps us out of,
The issue is, on Las Palmas, there is a 6-inch water line that is off of Las Palmas, and it is connected from the water line that comes this way, and then it goes down Las Palmas. So she'd have to come up to 277, and then the other one, if she wants a bigger line than 6-inch, she has to bore underneath highway. Again, you stop me if I'm wrong. She'll have to bore underneath the highway to get to the water line that's across the street that is a 12-inch line.
We requested to do that more than a year ago. The city they are suggesting that it would be an easier situation to do this on the backside of.
What size line are you running? What size line?
Our line?
Or whatever.
The city hasn't told us what size line. We just want an 1.25 inch poly pipe.
For the water troughs, ma'am?
Yeah.
I just think that we bought the SC Ranch to, not encroach on Laughlin. And if we're gonna help, neighbors with water lines and this and that, I mean, God knows what the future is gonna bring after they have water there. I mean, if it's for cattle or whatever, I mean, there's some water wells there. I mean, I don't know.
How many miles is this from Laughlin?
We are not currently in their,
Sailors.
So how many miles would that be?
No, it's not even a mile. I mean, it's from
From
right
the
up
center
there
to the center of the
from the
runway.
center of the runway, it's gotta be more than 5.
From the center of the runway, you're about 3 miles.
3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. To the edge, to the first corner of the property. I guess my opinion would be is, you don't have a contract with the city, and again, sort of like what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, and that's because she sent me to you guys while they're working on the contract. So my question back to them is, if we get water, if this all gets approved and they grant us water, the contract is supposed to read that if we use it for livestock, we're good. If we, in the future, decide that we're gonna develop the property, then they're gonna annex us. That's supposedly what this is gonna say. So, I don't know all the rules about annexing, but I'm pretty sure that if they annex you, they pay for your water, they pay for your sewer, they pay for your gas. So what happened on Paisano?
On Paisano, there was grants for a water line through the Texas CDBG grant. There was a grant for that because it was already developed. So the county actually is the one that had done that.
But they didn't annex it.
It's a colonial issue.
Right, okay.
I mean, I'm not prepared to do anything until I know what the city's plan is, but it's up to the court.
And again, I just felt bad a little while ago because I gave her an opportunity to speak, and then I would feel, I'm inclined, until we get something from the city, a contract from the city, or something showing that they're gonna annex it, y'all have signed it, I would be more inclined, if you wanna make that part of your motion, or whatever you wanna do.
I'll make a motion to table until they can come back with a contract from the city, and then we will reconsider.
Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. And again, so sorry for not letting you speak right here. Item 25. Discussion and possible action for authorization to advertise for bids to regrade the Alcoa soccer fields and laying down 5,500 cubic yards of dirt with alternate options for supplying sandy loam or black dirt. Existing dirt will be used in addition to the new dirt for regrading and laying down. Project to be funded by ARPA grant.
Motion to approve. I personally would prefer the black dirt, the sandy loam. I don't think it's gonna work in this environment. Let's see what the numbers come back.
No. Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Muskus. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 26, discussion possible action for authorization to advertise for bids. I'm gonna go back to item 25.
Judge,
Yeah.
can I ask something? I know I got here a little late, signed for the
Well, is it on item 25?
Yes.
Because we've already taken a vote, we've already moved on. I can't hear you.
It's gave me a report for item 26 also.
I still can't hear you.
For item 26 also.
Okay, well, then we'll wait on that one. Item 26, discussion of possible action for authorization to advertise for bids for the supply and laying down of 1,800 cubic yards of black screen dirt for the Alcoa baseball fields project to be funded by the ARPA. Commissioner Nettleton, this one here is the one that you.
This is black dirt, but it's not laying, I just need it delivered. We will grade it and lay it. So it'll just be delivery of screened black dirt.
Can I make a comment on this?
Yes, sir, come on up. Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Vasquez made the second.
Commissioner, I'm just curious on what the ARPA funds is exactly.
It's the American Rescue Plan. It was funds that were given to us by the federal government. There was $4.7 million given to us, well, 9-point-some odd million dollars, but 4.7 has just come in from that. There was a ruling on what we could use the funds for. And then there was basically it was real specific on what we could use the funds for. But if we received anything under $10 million or less, it could be put into the general fund and then it'd be used. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry about that, Judge.
No, go ahead.
It is confusing. We're not the first ones.
I'm not trying to give, but we're like way out of left field here related to this agenda item.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I mean.
Oh, you tell me.
This is a discussion on ARPA. This is a discussion on this particular issue.
Top soil.
The ARPA section is only for the funding portion.
And you're more than welcome to get with the county auditor and have those discussions, but I mean, that's all a matter of public record, but we're getting out of where we're supposed to be.
Okay, well, it's because I saw that there was a grant for funding for Alcoa fields in the amount of $450,000.
Yeah, if you want, get with me a little bit later and then I can get you the grant, the dollar amount for the grant and what's already been spent and what's left over.
Okay.
All right, and we have that at the office, thanks to $500,000 and $340 for construction left. Okay, we've already been corrected twice today, so, shit, we're going for a third, David? Not yet? Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 27, approval to declare the following items as surplus property and designate for proper disposition. Disposition may include but not limited to being auctioned, reassigned, recycled, and/or destroyed.
Move as listed.
Second.
Thank you for that intermediate. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 28, discussion and possible action for approval for personnel changes within the library. Reclassification of positions, at a net savings of over $2,000. When that will come up and explain this real quick.
Good morning, Judge,
It was
Commissioners.
actually $3,100 and some odd dollars, right?
Yeah, we estimated it was about $3,111 savings. What he's trying to do is, we've had his administrative assistant who transferred to the fire department. So David is recommending that we move the librarian to become the assistant library director. She started going to college already, correct? To take her.
Just do the positions.
Get her degree. So the pay will go to $40,000. Right now, our administrative assistant is at $30,009. So there'd be that savings of $3,100. We'll also be eliminating one part-time position that he currently has within his.
Keep the numbers. It's going to 40, but it was 30.
Yeah, she
currently.
She lose two.
No. She makes 33,214,
And she's going to 40.
40,000.
And we're saving $3,000 doing it.
That's,
Yes.
you need to do the rest of this.
So you're eliminating the others.
He's eliminating, not really eliminating the administrative assistant, we're converting it to the assistant director.
But you're eliminating the part.
But we're eliminating a part-time
Okay.
position.
All right, gotcha.
Her previous position, she has right now is children's librarian, and she makes 33 something. That would, when we get another children's librarian, that would go back to the base pay. So we're
But she's
saving
at 27.
And when you do the restructure, and by eliminating one position, we save the $3,112 plus French.
This is gonna, I think it's really gonna benefit us for the future, because Ms. Benavides already has a business degree, and she can do all the things that the administrative assistant has done without needing to be trained for anything. She's also
What are you asking us to do right now?
changed the
Position.
position description
From the administrative assistant to the assistant library director.
And eliminating.
And eliminate one part-time position that is currently vacant.
I'll make a motion to change the position title from administrative assistant to
Assistant library.
assistant librarian, and to remove the part-time position. Which part-time is any part?
It's vacant.
The
We have one
vacant
vacancy.
part-time position, to remove it out of the budget.
Exactly.
That's how we set it
It's
forward.
40.
I will second that, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. I started writing it all down, so I just quit.
I got lost that
I
way.
did send you some memos, which has some of that information in there, but,
We're good.
future.
Mr.
master
Bond,
library science
don't
is
talk
gonna
yourself
come
out.
in handy.
You're gonna talk yourself out of it. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? 5-0 vote. This meeting's taking up.
Thank you all.
No problem. Thank you. We still got a lot. Item 29, discussion possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to submit for and accept safety equipment from 2022 TAC Risk Management Program Employee Safety Program.
Second.
And motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 30, discussion possible action.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 31, discussion possible action authorizing Joe Frank Martinez to purchase from Safety Vision to the upgrade in car video and upgrade download system in the amount of $106,349 to be taken out of operation.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 32, ratification of the blanket purchase agreement between Laughlin Air Force Base and Valverde County Sheriff's Office for the confinement of military detainees and inmates. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 33, discussion possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez and the county judge to sign the update on law enforcement support.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 34, discussion possible action authorizing Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez
Second.
for HIDA. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. Item 35, human resources report.
Motion to approve. Are they all in?
Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0 vote. David Martinez. Item 36, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code. A, 551.071, parentheses 2, attorney-client privilege. B, 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses A, complicated litigation. C, 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property and possible action or possession thereafter. D, 551.073, regarding the negotiation, contract, lease, and or value of real property and possible action or concession thereafter. 5-minute break. If y'all will give us the office.
County Treasurer is here if you want to adjust the table item number 11.
It's fine.
Okay. Court now come back into session, out of executive session. No vote was taken. We're going to go back to item 11, discussion possible action regarding the statutory contracts that are set to expire at the end of June.
Just an approval that, we could go for a 2-year extension as allowed by law, by local government code 116.021.
And all other banks are depositories?
These are our 2 depositories, or we can go out for bids. It's actually up to you all.
Does the cost change if we do an extension?
No, everything will stay the same. Both depositories, I have letters from both depositories that they're happy with the business that we do with them, and they'd like to continue for the next 2 years.
Motion to extend for 2 years.
Second.
A motion to extend, for 2 years, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye. I want to make a statement on that. I do bank at one of these banks, but I have no interest in whatever happens at that bank.
You have no interest on the interest.
I have no interest.
I have a motion, by Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner, Vasquez, 4-0 vote and 1 abstention because I do bank at one of the other banks and my wife works there, so I'm gonna go ahead and abstain. So, 4-0-1. You're good?
Yeah, these things be, submitted with the minutes. There's no signatures or anything, all 3 letters must be.
Okay. And,
Or I could take them to,
let's do this. Commissioner Nettleton, would you, part of your motion to go back is to, submit the paperwork that was just handed to me from our treasurer into the minutes?
I'll amend my motion to add the paperwork into the minutes.
Commissioner Vasquez?
Second,
you accept?
yes, sir.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Against, 0. Again, the vote remains 4-0-1. 1 person abstaining, which is myself. No other action or anything else needs to be taken. Item 37, Commissioner's comments. None. Judges' comments. None. Meeting's adjourned. Y'all have a wonderful week.